So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 different ways you can use the Hollyland Lark Max wireless system, how you can use it in terms of positioning and holding the microphones in a way that's going to have great sound. So the way I'm showing you right now is I have the Hollyland mic system is actually under my clothing. And I think in a lot of cases, when you're using this microphone, you're going to want to use it that way. It looks great. It's not super big, so you can actually fit it under the clothing. And it comes with a very high-powered magnet that will attach to the unit and keep it in place pretty much no matter where you have on their clothing. If it's extremely thick, then that can be problematic. But in most cases, most fabrics, it can stick very well through the clothing. So this is one way I would definitely recommend using quite heavily, is using the magnet and using that through the clothing. It also serves as a wind buffer too. So you don't have to worry about, like, if you're outside and the wind is blowing. In a lot of cases, it's not really an issue because the clothing serves as kind of that buffer between the wind and the microphones. So that's my number one. Now, the number 2 way I would suggest, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's by using the clamp. Let me show you that. So as you can see here, there is a magnet, okay? Now in this case, what I'm going to do, you notice I have the microphone, I'm holding it. And this is one way, of course, you could use this, but I have the magnet in my hand. I'm just going to set it to the side because I don't want the loud sound to happen right now. So the clamp is on the back. There's a clamp. And so that clamp is very versatile. So in this case, I'm going to use it right here on my shirt. There we go. So here you can kind of hear how it sounds when I'm using it. One thing I would suggest, if you're going to be interviewing someone or using it in an interview situation, since the microphone is to the side, and it is an omnidirectional microphone, so it should be able to pick up still pretty well. But optimally, I would suggest to have your subject turning towards wherever the grill is. So in this case, if I'm interviewing someone, I would be turning this way, and it's going to still pick up pretty well. Whereas it may not pick up quite as well when I'm turning to the left. So that's probably one small nuance I would suggest, is that just be cognizant of what direction the microphone is facing after you've clamped it on your subject or on yourself. So that's my second way. Now, let me show you another way you can use it. By the way, before I show you the other way how you can use it, I would suggest to store this high-powered magnet right here on the back of the clamp, and that way you always will know where it's at. There are times when I have struggled to find it. It's because it's so high powered, it will stick to a lot of different things. And so I think by having it here is pretty safe. And it actually still will fit in the case when you put it in, especially if the magnet is shifted more towards the top of where the clamp is. Okay. All right. So the other way I was going to show you is this. You're going to be using this mostly outside, but this is to help you with the wind. And it looks like this. So this is going to help muffle the sound. Okay, so you can still hear how it sounds. If the wind is blowing quite hard, it's still going to sound pretty clear. This is a very effective way of using this microphone outside when it's going to be outside the clothing. Maybe it's just not convenient to have inside the clothing. And of course, maybe a boom mic is not going to be convenient for you. This is going to work great. So this is another way you can do it. So now let me show you my 4th way of using this microphone. This works really great, especially if you're doing a man on the street type interview or a woman on the street type interview, where you're just taking someone randomly and you just need to quickly hand them a microphone while you're talking to them. Or perhaps it's a setup interview, but you're doing it outside. You've got a guest coming on. You don't have a lot of time to get them all laved up and mic'd up and all perfect. You just want to be able to hand them a microphone they can talk into. Works extremely well. And you can pick these up fairly inexpensively. I think I picked mine up for about 20 or 25 bucks. Let me show you the one I have here. So here's the microphone. And it fits perfectly onto this unit. And then it also comes with the microphone foam. Okay. All right. So let me show you how it looks. All right, so now I've got a great interview microphone where I could take someone randomly off the street, or if it's a setup interview, but I have a very quick setup time, but don't have a lot of time to set the person up with a mic, I can just quickly hand them the mic like that. Very easy to work with. Or perhaps I could take the other microphone, because it does come with two. I can put that up on myself. I can have it under my clothing, however I want to set it up, like what I showed you earlier. But then I can hand this to my interview subject. So that works extremely well. This is another great way. It's my fourth way to use this type of Hollyland wireless system. Now, let me show you my fifth way and my last way. This can also work pretty well with transferring it from one person to the other, or just having a case where it's just something you don't have to really think about. It's just very quickly you can put it on. Let me show that to you. Okay, so now, whether you're going to use the magnet or not, this works extremely well. This is the necklace. Okay, so I picked this up online through Hollyland. And this particular necklace fits perfectly with this unit. So let me show you how that works. My only complaint about this particular unit is that the necklace is too small. I wish it was bigger because it's hard to get over people's heads. I was doing one function when I was covering. We were using these necklaces, but depending on the size of their head or their hairdo, it can be pretty inconvenient. I wish they would make just a little bit more slack in this to make it a little bigger. But other than that, this could be very useful. It is something that I've used more than once. And so instead of lathering myself up and just getting it all set up, it's just right here on the necklace. So that's my fifth way. Those are the 5 different ways that you can use, that I've used the microphones, and it's worked extremely well for me. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed. Was another way that you've used this same microphone system, or out of those 5 ways, which way do you think you're going to use it the most often? So hopefully this was helpful. If you like what you watch, if it was of use to you, please feel free to hit that like button. Let me know what you liked about this particular video. And by all means, hit that notification bell so that each time one of my new videos comes out, you'll be one of the first ones to know about it. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.